Yeah. Right back to the defense for a second. A guy like Darius Hillary had been doing some solid things, I think, for the most part, then gave up that touchdown pass against Michigan State. Do you have any concerns how that's going to affect him? That's probably his first moment of significant disappointment.
Yeah.
How he's going to bounce back?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, he's a great kid. You know, obviously his dad was an NFL football player, knows the trials and tribulations of playing college football as well as at a higher level. And mom and him raised a great kid. So I know that part's real. He was very, very emotional in the locker room. I specifically went over to him after the game and said, "Hey, I'm gonna remember a lot more of your great plays rather than that play moving forward." And you know, I think takes things in strides. But yeah, and as coaches, we got to protect him a little bit too. I mean, we had him lined up on the inside slot receiver against you know, closest throw for a quarterback. So I mean, we got to make sure we're doing all the right things there. And you know, they were able to execute on that snap, and we weren't. So that's just part of the learning process. But my guess is you're going to hear a lot of great things about Darius Hillary in years to come.
Yeah. Fred, back to Darius Hillary for a second. Just from a technique standpoint on that play, did he do everything that he's taught to try to defend that back shoulder throw? And the second part of the question, in hindsight, would you have wanted to see him? You mentioned he was on a slot guy, which is the easier throw. Would you wanted to see him on the outside receiver if you had to do it over again?
Well, you know, it kind of reminds me a little bit, you know, right there he was playing nickel, and that was kind of the position that Devin Smith was in, if you guys remember back 3 years ago, that he kind of had that stretch where it was really everything was a struggle, everything was getting completed on him, and it got to be a little bit of a mental game versus a physical game, and you know, that's what we want to try and protect. As far as on that specific play, I mean, yeah, I mean, his alignment was good, and they executed a pretty good throw on the back shoulder throw, and you know, in certain situations down there in the red zone, you want to take away leverage by where your help is, but you know, it was a pitch and a catch, and a good job by them, and again, I think he'll take a step forward.